Archbishop Aubert had a vision in his dreams of the Archangel Saint Michael. Saint Michael asked him to build a first church at the top of Mont. This was the name of the Mont Saint-Michel. That's why the second island is called Mont Tombelaine. Tombelaine, it means the small Montombe. Tombe, it comes from tomb, T-U-M, from tumulus.
So how do you spell Tombe?
Tombe, T-O-M-B-E, like a grave. Tombe.
So Tombelaine is the main name.
So the legend has it that Aubert didn't believe that it was true. So when he woke up, he didn't want to build the first church. So Saint Michael came back the second night, and the third night he got angry and he put his finger on Aubert's head. You remember the story? And when he put his finger on Aubert's head, he made a big hole inside. So when Aubert woke up, of course, he decided to build the first church at the top of the island.
So it was a good decision.
I think he was afraid of what could happen the next night.
So where would the next hole be?
So this church was not built at the very top of the island. This is the very top here, 80 meters above sea level. The church of Aubert was built underneath, on the slope of the island, underneath the nave and the new nave of this church. It was circular in shape, and it could contain maximum 100 people, so it was quite small. And there were more and more pilgrims who came here because they wanted to go to paradise, and that's why the first Benedictine monks decided to build a bigger church at the very top of the island. So you remember, this church was very big in the past. The entrance of the church was in the middle of the terrace on the other side. So there were a lot of pilgrims in the Middle Ages. And the chancel was very different. In the 11th century, the whole church was built in Romanesque style, as you can see in the nave. So this is the Romanesque style.
I did notice it was very different from everything else we visited.
With the rounded arches, the massive walls. The walls are very thick, and the windows are quite narrow, so as to support the ceiling at the top, the wooden ceiling. So this is what we call the Norman Romanesque style, because it's covered with wood at the top. So it's because of a ceiling like this one that the other parts of the church collapsed in the 18th century. So this one is not renovated. It was renovated after the beginning of the 20th. So the chancel was Romanesque as well, and the chancel collapsed during the 100 Years' War, and the monks had no money left so as to rebuild the chancel, so they had to wait until the end of the war, and at that time Gothic style was fashionable, so that's why it's different on this side. With the pointed arches, the walls are very thin, plenty of light with the stained glass windows. God is light, so it's very important to have plenty of light in the church. And you can see that the vaulting is made of stones, so it's very heavy. But you remember, outside it's like the Cathedral of Notre-Dame de Paris, with the flying buttresses all around, so as to support the ceiling inside. We can see them through the windows on the right side. From the cloisters, we can see the flying buttresses, I will show you. So 11th century on this side, 15th century on the other side. So during the tour, we will only see Romanesque and Gothic style. It's very easy. So the monks wanted the church to be at the very top of the island, but you can imagine that it was impossible to build it. So before building the church, the architects built 4 rooms all around the island at the 4 cardinal points, so as to make a platform and to support the church at the very top. So that makes foundations. That's what we call crypts. It's not for bones only. A crypt, it's a foundation. So there is one under the nave of the church, one under the 2 arms of the church, and another one under the chancel. And later we will visit 2 of them. We will visit this one under the chancel, and we will visit the other one under the organ on the right. We will keep going up and down and round, so we will get lost. But most of the time I can find the exit. Don't worry.